Welcome back, everyone. In this episode, I show you some, or probably one of the absolute easiest ways to make some money with woodworking. Basically, all you need is a sander and a saw. I'm going to make some cutting boards because I am invited to a craft sale, a farmer's market I think in August, which means I have to make a bunch of cutting boards. And here picked I picked up a piece of walnut, live edge walnut. I marked down the dimensions of the cutting boards I wanna make, and then I just grab my skill saw here and then I cut it down into pieces. Then I start with the sanding. First I give it a light sanding to get all those machine marks that comes from factory out of it. Some of didn't see too many burn marks, but quite a few saw marks, and I sanded with 120, or I think could also be 150 grit. And then I go over and remove all that parts from the live edge that are kind of loose, because even on something that has a live edge, you don't want to have loose parts. So I grab a chisel here, and then I remove some knots that they have the potential to come loose, and also this like you can see here this gray looking part of the live edge, and then I sand it down, and I sand it down as much, not as much as possible, but I sand down so much that you don't see any loose parts anymore, or anything that could end up in a chip out. Here I use my sander, but you will see in just a second another way how to do that with the angle grinder. And the angle grinder works a lot faster than the orbital sander, but it's a lot more aggressive. So you really want to be careful that you do not remove too much material, so that the live edge is still visible. And then I sand the end grain around the edges a little bit. So, and then I guess you saw this in other videos from other guys who make charcuterie boards or cutting boards. You put some water on your boards to raise the grain, so that you can sand it later again, and you get a very smooth surface. So I put some water in it, then I brought the boards outside, let it dry, and then I sand again. So here's something, and maybe that's not everyone would agree with me. In my personal opinion, you don't need to raise the grain, because in my experience, lots of people, when they use those boards, they very often they clean the boards with water, and that sometimes that raises the grain again. And a raised grain is only, you probably wouldn't even notice a raised grain if you do not touch the board. So this is the raising the grain and sand it down again. It's pretty much only for if you touch the board. It's, in my opinion, it's not visible. So yeah, for me, if I would make a cutting board or charcuterie board just for myself, I would probably not water it to raise the grain, sand it down again. I would just sand it and then oil it. So here I'm using this walrus mineral oil. It's specially made for cutting boards and charcuterie boards. And yeah, as you can see, it really brings up all the grain in the wood, and it kind of looks fantastic in my opinion. Then also I apply some, it's again from Walrus, some cutting board wax. And the wax kind of, so for to make it look good, you probably would only need oil, but the wax definitely brings everything to another level. And it also makes everything feel so good. It gives this light glossy look on those boards, and yeah, like I said, it brings everything to another level. And I always apply not just the oil but also the wax. But I pretty much do the same for furniture as well. Every time I make some furniture that gets a oil finish, I also apply some wax. And yeah, like you can see here, it's not a lot of work. I'm almost done with the first two boards here. I think I have 6 boards in total that came out of that longboard. And yeah, like I mentioned, it's probably the easiest way to make some money with woodworking, because all you need is a skill saw, or maybe just a jigsaw or so, and a sander. And then after you sanded everything down, you just need to apply that oil and the wax, and then you're pretty much done. First, I thought for those larger boards, I thought about putting some handles on because I saw other people doing that. But yeah, I, I wasn't sure if I like that, so I didn't do it. I could do it after if I want to. Maybe I decide different in the next few days. But yeah, I'm not sure. I saw other people doing it but some part of my brain speaks against putting handles on charcuterie boards. I don't know. What's your opinion? Yeah, I really like this mineral wax on the board. It looks so fantastic. And the good thing with oil and wax is you can always reapply it after a while, after using your boards a lot. You can pretty much just reapply some oil and wax. And yeah, here we are. If you like that video, like always, give me a thumbs up, write a comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.